All right, enough A22. Maybe, hopefully, forever. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
Real Madrid beat Pachuca 3-0 to win the Intercontinental Cup, which makes them world champions. Jules, some will scoff. This is the competition between the winners of the Champions League, the Libertadores, all the Confederations Cups. But I think this is actually a thing. Yeah. And it was nice to see both Vinicius and Kylian Mbappe out there.
Yeah, it was. And in the end, I think kind of knew that Real Madrid would win, although the start of the game was quite competitive. And after that, Kylian Mbappe scored the first goal, nicely set up by Vini after a ball from Jude Bellingham. So all the big boys involved. Vini scored one. Rodrigo scored a lovely goal. Two, I'm just saying Real Madrid have won 2 trophies already this season, European Super Cup and then this Intercontinental Cup. And in each of those 2 finals, Kylian Mbappe scored.
Carlo Ancelotti now. Since you count these as trophies, Carlo Ancelotti has apparently won more trophies now than any Real Madrid manager in history.
And Luka Mudryk has won 28 trophies for Real Madrid, more than anybody else as well.
I'm sure these are all really important to them. I want to say, though, in this game, I was struck by how minimalist it was in the sense that minute 60, I think Pachuca had taken more shots. They had a higher XG and whatever. But it was just so one-sided. Real Madrid not flustered at all.
No, at all. Mykhailo Mudryk has been provisionally suspended by the Football Association in England after testing positive from a bad substance even. Gab, what do you make of all of this?
So according to reports in Ukraine, the substance is meldonium, which sounds like something out of the Marvel universe.
That's true.
I'm just fascinated by this. Now, I know you have a medical background and I don't, but meldonium was actually invented in the 1970s by this mad chemistry professor from Latvia. Okay, maybe he's not mad, but we like calling him that.
They usually are.
And it's something that it increases your resistance, it reduces fatigue, it increases the flow of oxygen, blah, blah, blah. Which I think is kind of cool that somebody in the lab can make this. Obviously, it's not intended as a performance-enhancing drug. This is the drug that I think came to most people's attention in 2015 because Maria Sharapova tested for it. It is not available in most of the West. So
not in the US or not in Western Europe, but it's quite frequent to use it in Eastern Europe, like in Russia. I think they take it like a normal tablet.
Yeah, I mean, they gave it to I think also the Soviet army soldiers in at altitude in Afghanistan in the 1980s. Upshot of this, obviously, he says, no, I did not take this knowingly. We'll see what happens. The maximum ban here is 4 years.
Yeah.
If you can prove you didn't take it knowingly, it'll be reduced. He's got the same lawyers who represented Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta rings the changes and Arsenal go a goal down before none other than Gabriel Jesus bags a hat-trick and they win 3-2 to advance to the League Cup semifinals. Jules, I think it was quite sweet afterwards. I think his appeal for more minutes about, I always score goals.
Yeah, and to be fair, it was a really good hat-trick.
Hasn't it been like a year since his last goal, something like that?
Something like that, yeah. He missed a couple of chances when he played against Monaco in the Champions League, for example. The first goal is lovely. And I think he's good. This is his first hat-trick, obviously, for Arsenal since joining. So he's good. He offers you something slightly different to Kai Havertz, obviously. I would think that if you are Arteta and one of your forwards scores a hat-trick, even if it's just the League Cup quarterfinals against Crystal Palace, that momentum is important. So I would not be surprised if he plays a bit more in the next few games.
I would think if you're Arteta, you see him in training every day, and I would trust his judgment of that versus Havertz. Sorry, I'm team Arteta on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Juventus stomp all over Cagliari in the Coppa Italia as Dusan Vlahovic gets back on the score sheet. All well again then for Thiago Motta?
Hey, context. Cagliari don't care about this. They want to worry about staying up. They played a lot of their scrubs. But that said, it was important for Juve to show that, hey, we can take the game. We can play multiple goals from last year, score goals. Teun Koopmeiners scored his first goal for Juventus.
Yeah.
And Nico, go check out the highlight of, a huge run, huge chip from Nico Gonzalez. And you know what? Easy to forget, but I think this might have been his first start since his injury.
Yeah.
I think he can move the needle.
He was great in the Champions League before the injury, yeah.